you know, you've invited me to the Ironbound here in Newark so many times. This is a Portuguese area. It developed. Tell me about how this developed.
Well, years ago, back in 1985, they used to have a train track that crossed the whole section of Newark there. And that's why they call it the Ironbound.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And people from Portugal migrated here, and they brought their culture with them, their food, their wine, their pastries, and the bacalhau, of course. And we're going into the Riviera right now.
Especially on Sundays, they gather here after church, you know, the whole family with kids. They have coffee.
You know, it's really wonderful to have the Portuguese experience here in Newark, and we're in the Ironbound section, and Joe Garcia is going to tell us all about this great treasure where we can have Portuguese delicacies, great food, great wine, and the people are so great. Talk about it, Joe.
You know, this area has been an area of immigrants, and recently Portuguese. And we have a lot of specialty stores, and one of the ones where we are in is Riviera Bakery Cafe, and we have a lot of specialties from both Portugal, but some from France and from Italy as well.
Now, what would be some of the specialties from Portugal?
One of the most popular things from Portugal is called the pastel de nata. It's a Portuguese custard cup.
Is that
actually
this
we
particular
have one right here?
Right.
And it's baked at a very high temperature. It's there's not much to it other than everything is very natural, and it's very flavorful.
It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, we bake them by the thousands compared to everything else.
And then you have other specialties here, like?
Oh, we have it's a large variety. We have pão de ló,
what is that?
Which is a light Portuguese cake.
Sounds like something I would like.
Oh, it's a very good combination to go with just about everything else.
Oh yeah.
Although sometimes if I start eating one and they're quite large, I can't stop. So it's not exactly.
But that's what I think is so great. You have all of these great delicacies that people can come and have the experience and feel like they're in Portugal.
Yes, that's true. There's a lot of Portuguese restaurants, but we are fortunate enough that. Mostly on weekends, people come out of the restaurant and they come and have the pastry at the Riviera Bakery.
We're here at Adega Grill, and we're continuing our tour through the Ironbound, and Leo is going to talk about some of the specialties that we serve here.
The seafood place.
Paella.
They have a paella, yeah.
Do they have bacalhau too?
Yeah, they have bacalhau. They have all Portuguese typical dishes. You'll find it here.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful surrounding. I mean, just it's white tablecloth, and it's it's a very comfortable environment. And I think this is what people want to feel when they come here. You know, not only they feel the Portuguese flavor, but they taste the Portuguese food. These are some of the wines that apparently that you
those from Alentejo,
right? That you're responsible for, right?
And the spumante, the one we have over there.
Yes, in Portugal.
If you remember.
Oh, I certainly do.
This is a traditional Portuguese-style sausage, come flambe.
The texture of this is very interesting because of the fact that it has these serratings here. And what is the meaning of the serratings?
That's with the grit.
Ah.
That's why it has more flavor.
Right. And then because it's charred on the grill,
that's right.
Which makes it makes it so different. I can't wait to taste this because of the seafood and the cheese and the fruits and the baby shrimp. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And the sausage, the pork, and it just makes a complete picture when I think of Portugal, and I think of the romance of Portugal, and I think of the history. It just makes a total picture. It's always good to find a wine to complement whatever you're eating.
The food and the wine together.
It's a marriage. Tell me the region of this particular wine.
This one, personally, it's from Alentejo. That's one region in Portugal. It's very characteristic, this wine. Very nice. The name of the tune, that's Herdade do Orius, and it's Colheita Estacionada 2006.
It's very, very nice. And actually, my favorite wines are the red wines. White is wonderful too, and I know people like to complement a lot of the seafoods with it, But my personal favorites are the red wines.
This is the clams and garlic and cilantro. That's a Portuguese style too. It's really, really tasty, this one here. Special, deep with the bread, it's excellent. They have a chicken crepes with the bechamel chicken. It's really good.
You know what I like about it is the presentation. I think the presentation is very appealing, not only because of the color, but the freshness. That's perfect. Now you must have some.
All right.
It's a shared experience.
It's really good, right?
The best.
Olive oil.
My expression is the bestest. The olive oil is unbelievable. The spices that you use. This is a chicken crepe.
Yes.
Perfect. And what you have also are these wonderful Portuguese wines to complement the dishes, which I think is fantastic.
Excellent wines, let me tell you.
And what wine would you recommend with this, as a matter of fact?
This one with shrimp.
Yeah.
It will have, personally, I love the green wine. I think it's really, really good. That's with a lot of flavor, very fresh, and that's a traditional Portuguese wine.
Actually, I can taste that before I even put it in my mouth. It's so good. And it's salty enough. There's enough salt. Do you use sea salt, or is it...
Sea salt.
How did I know that?
It's
Looks like a banana.
That's a veal delicia
Oh my God.
with the banana and the shrimp.
That's a different dish altogether. Oh my God, it's a feast.
The primary.
We're here in the Lisbon Wine and Liquor Store in Newark, and I'm here with Leo, my friend, and he's introducing me to this wonderful place that has all these wonderful ports from Portugal, and the price range is unbelievable. It starts at $20 and it goes to $1,000 and up. And they're very special. This is a vintage area, and that's why it's behind the doors. But show me one of these as an example. This is a medium price, actually.
This is 2000 vintage port, Magalhães.
I love port.
But it goes from 25 to over $1,000, $2,000 bottle. That's why they have it, closed doors here.
I don't blame them. I mean, it's like being in a jail for the wines, for protection. But actually, they're very special. And when you have port, after having a great meal, and it's a great way to end the meal.
With a nice port,
oh my God, and you just sip it, it's not the kind of thing you just gulp. It's kind of it's a social drink.
Correct. Port could be as an aperitif or after dinner.
They have so many different brands here.
They have different ports here. They have vintage from when the year is good to select as a vintage. Not every year is good for choose as a vintage.
How do they determine the year, though? By the taste?
By the taste. The enologists still taste the grapes before they go to actually prepare vinify the wine.
How do they make port? That's an interesting point, because a lot of people don't really know. They know about wines, but how do they really?
Well, they ferment the typical grapes from Douro, and then they blend it with they call aguardente. The peel of the grape is just for the color of the wine. Because basically they make port wines from red grapes or white grapes. If it's a white port, and then they usually use white grapes.
That's an interesting thing, white port. Because usually I think of port and I think of red, and I think most people think of it, and I think the introduction for me in terms of white is really something new, and I think that's exciting.
The white port is more as an aperitif.
Yeah.
This is one of the rarest port wines they have here from 1938, which they have it all in bottle already.
Love Reserve, my God. It's one of my favorites.
The top ones are Colheitas and Quintas.
Oh, yes.
Usually it's from a single vineyard.
Yeah.
It's called Quinta.
Yeah.
And Colheita is just the best port. Absolutely.
Well, this has been a great education, being here in this wine cellar, port cellar, and having this experience and learning about port.